Opening day, always special, especially in the Bronx. Let's kick it off. An emotional start to the 2007 season. That's Christopher Lytle, Corey Lytle's son. Lytle's widow, Melanie, was there as well. Alex Rodriguez, you saw him being announced there. He was cheered initially. This got people wondering. Popped up, ran right by it on a Ty Wigginton pop. A smattering of disapproval there. We'll get more on A-Rod later. Jason Giambi, men on second and third. Base hit, 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Yankees take a 2-0 lead. Carl Pavano on the other side of things, though. He's given up a few runs. He went 4 1/3, gave up 5, 4 earned here. Carl Crawford on second. Rocco Baldelli base hit. That drives him in, and it's a 4-3 game. D-Rays, young and athletic. Great prospects up and down the lineup. They look like a pretty good club. Bottom of the sixth, though. Yankees down 5-3. Bases loaded on a 3-1. Derek Jeter, base hit. 2 Yankees come in here. And in juxtaposition to the A-Rod situation, you have to wonder. It's tied up 5-5. But wait, there's more. In the 7th, Alex Rodriguez just ate him up. Drilled it right through. That's a base hit. A-Rod takes off. He can steal a base as well. He's in, creating something here in a tie game. And then Jason Giambi drills it, comes through again through that hole. 2 for 5, 3 RBIs. Alex Rodriguez comes in to score. Turns out he's having a pretty good opening day. Actually, it'll get a lot better. Crushes it. A-Rod with the 2 for 5, 2 runs scored. The big shot. Yankees win it 9-5. Tim Kirkjian joins us right now. All right, to all that pathos, all that drama. Is this what we're going to see all year, Tim?
I think we are. We saw the same old A-Rod today. He had 2 balls right on the button. He hit a ball over the center field fence. He's got 465 home runs now at age 31. We also saw him miss a pop-up. He always has trouble with pop-ups. This is nothing unusual. When he went to the Yankees, he told Derek Jeter, anything in the air, you catch it. He also struck out. He's now struck out 1,405 times in his career. He stole a base. He's now got more career steals than Hank Aaron does, which is pretty darn good. It shows you he can run, and of course, he takes a ball down and away from him and just crushes it over the left center field fence. I find it interesting that we're even breaking down A-Rod's at bat on the first day of the season. This is something you do normally for a guy who's making his major league debut or a pitcher who's coming back from a major injury, not a guy who's 31 years old with one of the great track records we've ever seen.
Devil Rays Yankees rained out Wednesday, but Thursday night overcast, 37 degrees. The key, layering. Top second, 2 outs, bases loaded. Andy Pettit, that gets away from Jorge Posada. But look at the pitcher get home. Tag out B.J. Upton. Pettit threw 4 innings, 4 runs, just 2 earned, 6 hits, 83 pitches. Elijah Dukes, it was nothing. Dukes for the home run. First player in Major League history to homer in each of his first 2 games in the bigs against the Yankees in the 8th.
Whoa.
That game actually played inside a snow globe. Those are available.
Couldn't have played this one in Tampa, could they?
Amazing. Happy Easter, everybody out here in the East. Yankees load the bases now, 7-6 in the 8th, 2 outs. A-Rod, big spot, and that's a big pop-out, emphasis on out. He's not happy. The Yanks lose 7-6. They make 3 errors, New York does, 2 of them by the captain, Derek Jeter.
On to the Jays and Rays, Tampa Bay's home opener. They banged out the building for the game. Rays up 2-0. Akinori Iwamura off Gustavo Chacin, and Iwamura had himself a ball game. 4 for 4, including that shot. Rays up 3. Top of the 8th, tied at 3. Troy Gloss, swinging and missing, and Sean Kemp. You get the idea, another swing and a miss. And now check swing, right? Dana DeMuth says no swing. That's a key call. Why? Next pitch. Get out of town. Gloss off Camp. Blue Jays take a 5-3 lead. Bottom of the 9th, B.J. Ryan comes in to shut the door, or did he open it? With a runner on, Delman Young off Ryan, tied at 5 in the 9th. Young's first of the year. Now runners in the corners. B.J. Upton, chopper to John McDonald. Can't get a glove on it. Guess who's in first place in the mighty AL East? Your Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
Nuggets win.
All right, Akinori Iwamura, he plays for the Devil Rays, and watch out for this guy. He can play some defense. He looks like Ichiro at the plate. He's hitting the ball well. He's fielding well. However, in this game, the Rays fall to the Rangers.
9 straight in Minnesota. Top 9, a wild, wild play. Carl Crawford with a man on first, nobody out. Ben Zobrist. And Crawford, has he brought home the go-ahead run? Well, no. Zobrist was stopped at 3rd. Crawford keeps running. He ends up at 3rd. So what are you supposed to do in that situation? Well, typically one guy stays. You sacrifice the one out. But what happens is Zobrist gets tagged out by Joe Mauer. Then Mauer sees Crawford running back to second, double play. Eric Young, what happened?
The Tampa Bay Devil Rays made 3 base running mistakes on this particular play. First, it was Carl Crawford not picking up the third base coach. Then it was Ben Zobrist deciding to go home. And third, it was Carl Crawford, who actually should have stayed at third. In that particular situation, would have been 1 out with a run on third, still in good position for them to score a run.
Baseball Tonight's Eric Young breaking it down. Joe Madden cannot believe it. Bottom 9, the MVP, Justin Morneau, goes Johnny Drama. On the 1-2 pitch, high and deep, it's gone. Victory! His 3rd home run of the year. 2nd career walk-off. Twins win. It's a big-time deal. 3-2 your final.
I really didn't ask for the Devil Rays and Twins, but I'll do it. Michael Kadaya, and that is Akinori Iwamura with a great stop and a great throw for the out. You know, we can see it again, but I'd rather not say his name again.
I think you nailed it.
Okay, good.
Speaking of nailed.
Baseball, the Devil Rays have lost their last 10 games at the Metrodome. On the mound from Minnesota, Johan Santana. Check this out. Santana dominant at home. 17-0 in his last 24 home starts, dominant. Twins 24-0 in that span. Last home loss way back August 1st, 2005. To the game, top of the 3rd, Twins up 1-0. Santana schooling Rocco Baldelli. Santana struck out the side to the 5th. Tie game, men on 2nd and 3rd. B.J. Upton the chopper. Santana, wow. Akinori Iwamura scores on that. Yeah, well, whatever. Santana, 7 innings, 4 runs, 10 Ks. 3-1 Tampa, top of the 6th. Carl Crawford. Josh Raby's going to misplay this thing, and Crawford is going to take advantage big time for an inside-the-park homer. That would be homer without the New York accent. Tampa Bay leads the majors with 16 homers, and that one counts. By the way, Crawford making up for those 2 boo-boos he made in Thursday night's loss. He deserves something good for him. Santana gets his first home loss since August of 2005. Pull them off, baby. So the Twins lose for just the first time in the last 25 home games, started by Santana.
Baseball, Kenny Metrodome, Devil Rays and Twins. Carl Crawford honoring Jackie Robinson, number 42. Bottom 7, Twins down 4-2, 1 on, 1 out. Jason Kuhl at the plate. And Kuhl making the most of his opportunity. This one to the gap. Torrey Hunter coming around from first, and he's going to try to score. Listen up.
Wigginton's throw to the plate is safe. A great slide by Hunter. And why not? Jackie would have been proud of that slide.
Hunter also wearing the number 42, and he pulls the Twins to within 1. Top 9 now. Game tied at 4. Runner on 2nd, Deanna Navarro off Joe Nathan. Akinori Iwamura coming around to score. Devil Rays win at 6-4. They split a 4-game series after 10 straight losses at the Metrodome.
We classify SportCenter by letters, Sage.
Yes.
The first part of the A's, then we do a commercial, then we do the B's. Well, these are the E's,
We are
as
the
you know.
E's.
And I don't know if our producer did this on purpose, Mr. Clark, but on this play, there are 3 E's.
Ooh.
In this, the E's of SportCenter. Aubrey Huff can't handle the throw, that's an error. And then over the head of Adam Lowen, that's an error. Paul Bacco is going to chase it down, and he throws it over everyone's head. And so that's 3 E's on one play during the E's of SportCenter.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. Now, the Orioles were down 7-1 in this game, but they come back to win it. Aubrey Huff, former Ray, hit 128 as a Ray. That's one as an Oriole, and the Orioles win 9-7. We begin the show in St. Petersburg, Florida. Alex Rodriguez came into Monday night with 12 home runs in April. He begins things in the bottom of the first with some great defense. Won a couple Gold Gloves as a shortstop with the Rangers. Now a third, the great diving stab there. All 12 home runs this year for Alex Rodriguez have come on fastballs. Top of the 2nd, he takes the breaking ball from Casey Fossum. Extra, read all about it. That's a home run. His 13th, fastest ever. The 13 homers. Pitch sequence here, working him inside, really inside, really inside. Then the hanging wiffle ball curveball, and it is gone. Bottom of the 2nd. Game tied at 1. Kei Agawa. Rocco Baldelli. 3-run Jackson. Agawa. 4 1/3, 7 earned runs, 8 hits. A-Rod hitting, a big story this year, but how the other team hits against the Yankees, perhaps even a bigger one in the team concept of things. B.J. Upton batting 9th, had 4 RBIs, 3 right there. Bottom 7, Devil Rays lead 10-6. Top of 9, I'm good enough, I'm strong enough, I'm handsome enough. Gosh darn it, people like me. 2nd jack of the game, 4 for 5. He's got a hit in every game this year. DiMaggio's hitting streak, 74 home runs, triple crown, just get it all over with in one season. But back to the Yankees as a team, they lose again. Hideki Matsui pop up. The Devil Rays turned 4 double plays. They scored 102 runs this year.
For the Yankees, Alex Rodriguez is hot. The team is not. Here, Scott Kazmir got roughed up at Yankee Stadium in his last start. Hits Derek Jeter in the knee, actually in the thigh, right above the knee. Go to first base, but didn't come out to play his position in the bottom of the inning. Bruised left thigh. Top 3, Alex Rodriguez, a harmless ground out to short, and Rodriguez went 0 for 3 in the ball game. His hitting streak ends at 23 games. Bottom of the 6th, it's 2-1 Devil Rays. Ty Wigginton, a liner that hits Chin-Ming Wong, who's just back getting healthy himself. Wigginton's safe at first. Trainers come out to look at Chin-Ming Wong, and he would stay in the game. The Yankees have seen is hurt, Pavano's hurt, Wong's just back. They need every all hands on deck here. Carlos Pena grounds into the 3-6-1 double play. Johnny Gomes can't believe it from the on-deck circle. What? Oh, boy. After the Yankees took a 3-2 lead in the top of the 7th, now bottom 7, Mike Myers on to face Carl Crawford. And on the 2-2 pitch, Crawford pokes his first ever grand slam, his 4th homer of the year. And the Rays hold on to win the game by a score of 6-4. Minnesota's won 4 of 5. Joe Nathan calls the Devil Rays his kryptonite. 3-1, his team led heading into the 9th. After that Ty Wigginton shot, it's now 3-3. Wigginton had a 3-hit ball game, tied at 3s. They head to extra innings. Bottom 10, 1 out, runner on first. It's Ben Zobrist. He's a pinch runner. This is Brendan Harris down the line. Is it going to bring home the winning run? Here comes Zobrist and third base, and the third base line, and the poor fella fell down. Zobrist said afterwards it was the hardest ball I've ever taken on a ball field. He's smiling, but you know he's got to feel kind of like an idiot. But then here, hustling, and a great slide. He's safe. Jason Bartlett tried to throw him out. Deanna Navarro brings him home. Joe Madden said it was an unusual conclusion to the game. Do you think so, Doctor? All right, so the Devil Rays are far from great, but they're starting to put some pieces together. B.J. Upton, this guy can go. Nice diving stop to get Jason Bartlett, and the Devil Rays win again. Took the last 2 from the Twins.
Jelly.
Sheep made it. So what's at number 3?
And that's towards the corner. Diving for it, and what a catch by Carl Crawford. You just made the highlight reel.
Number 2, Devil Rays Orioles, Kevin Millar. Deep. Rocco Baldelli. Going. Got it. So number 2 is Millar being robbed of a 2-run homer by...
Okay, I got it. Enough.
Devil Rays, Blue Jays. That's B.J. Upton, normally an infielder this year. His first game in the outfield, and he's in center field. That's a key position. Bottom 7, 4-4 game, 2 outs. Vernon Wells on first, and he's pulling an Enos Slaughter. He's not going to stop running. Now, Upton in center, he's not anticipating this. He lobbed the ball back into the infield, and that's the difference between Wells scoring and perhaps being out. Here it is, Wells rounding third. There's Upton, just lobs it back in. Otherwise, Wells would have been toast, and that's the difference in the game. Blue Jays beat the Devil Rays 5-4.
Diz for the first Major League game, regular season game ever played in Central Florida. Attendance announced at 8,443, a little more than 1,000 below capacity. That was James Shields. He's the starting pitcher. Well, the day before, he and his family, along with many Devil Rays and their families, got a chance to check out Disney. Gerald Laird bunting. Shields able to make the throw. Shields 8 innings, 3 earned runs, 6 hits, 5 strikeouts. Bottom of the 9th. B.J. Upton, ground ball to Michael Young, gets the force, so the Devil Rays can't capitalize. On to the 10th, bases loaded, nobody out, bring the infield in for Brandon Harris, and he hits it through that drawn in infield. He went 4 for 5. Truly was the happiest place on earth for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
Bob Ranger, Devil Rays, again from the cozy ballpark at Disney's Wide World of Sports complex. Richard Petty throws out the first pitch, clocked at 186 miles an hour. That ball needed a restrictor plate. Sammy Sosa, that's an off-speed pitch from Casey Fossum. Hits out 597 career home runs. That leaves him roughly
around
3 short of 600. Ranger up 2-1. Sosa, major league record, homered in 45 different stadiums. It's his own record. He extends it. Devil Rays up 7-6, bases loaded with 2 outs. the 5th, Carl Crawford triples to right center off A.J. Murray. Start the merry-go-round because everybody's scoring. Rays go up 10-6. 6 runs scored at the bottom of the 5th. They will win this game. Better than that, though.
Tony Romo. At number 3, the Rangers and Devil Rays. You know, you can't spell Disney without D-Y. Delvin Young, second home run of the game. That's a walk-off shot. The Devil Rays win it.
Devil Rays and White Sox. Baseball out of doors. Elijah Dukes in the lineup Friday night after taking a few days off surrounding the controversy with his wife and his children. Chopper there to Teddy Iguchi. He's out. Dukes, though, here, not out. 3-run homer to left field, his 9th of the season. We are tied up at 4. Let's go to the 9th. Home half. Same score. Bases chucked. Joe Creedy. Fly ball deep to left field. It doesn't have to leave the park to be effective. Teddy's going to step on third and start running like people are chasing him. He's home. Sox win. Let's eat. 5-4 is your final. Well, it's now chasing the Indians. Rays moment as they take on the Tigers, and a review of correct procedures for backing up a throw. In the top of the second, Edward Jackson, jam, bases loaded, no outs. Omar Infante, base it to left. Carlos Guillen will score. Throw home's high. Sean Casey scores. Look out! Oh! Jackson shaking up on the play. 2-0 Tigers. Take a look at what happened, right? Okay. He does his part. There he is. He's going to circle behind the catcher, get ready, and then got a glove, and he just forgets to catch it. Or he tried to eat it. Something like that. There it goes. Boink! Ow.
Bless his heart.
Shakes it off, stays in the game. He's a hockey player. After striking out the next 2 batters, he strikes out Craig Monroe. So, plunked in the head, strikes out 3. They ought to hit him again. Bottom 9, Devil Rays trailing 5-4. Elijah Dukes batting with the bases loaded. Chopper on the infield. Delvin Young will score. The winning run comes home. Devil Rays, dramatic 6-5 win. Dramatic 6-5 win, I say. Devil Rays, just like hockey, sticks are involved. Only one guy gets to use it at a time. James Shields on the bump for the home team. Getting beat up in the first inning. Marcus Timms base hit. Gary Sheffield scores. It's 3-0. Shields got to get himself in order. He does. Juan Rodriguez right back at you, buddy. Over to first. Tigers lead 3-1 at that point. Still 3-1 as we go to the 4th. Craig Monroe, he missed there. We go to the 6th. We're tied at 3. That's right. Shields' teammates come through with a couple of runs, and Brendan Harris comes through with a go-ahead run. His 3rd home run of the season. It's 4-3. We go to the 9th. Shields trying to become the first Devil Rays pitcher all season to throw a complete game. He does. 5-3, and the Yankees cannot shake Tampa. Royals, Devil Rays. Bottom 4, Devil Rays are up 1-0. Ty Wigington facing Scott Ellerton. Wigington looks like he might win this, but David DeJesus is back there at the wall, and he jumps, and he's got it. Perhaps looked a little unsure of himself, but it's in the glove. It's a great catch. We like that. Next batter, Delvin Young. Catch this. No, I don't believe you're going to be able to. His 7th. Carlos Pena hit his 11th. Devil Rays up 2-0. J.P. Howell making his season debut for Tampa. He was traded by the Royals to the D-Rays last June. He goes 1 run, 8 innings, and a nice stop there. Howell. And the Devil Rays win it 5-1.
All right, this is one of those, did you see the finish to that game on SportCenter games? All right, it's Toronto hosting Tampa Bay. Ray Holiday, 2nd appearance off the DL after an emergency appendectomy in mid-May, and in the top of the 4th, B.J. Upton burst that Holiday pitch. His 9th. He had 4 hits. He does not drink alone either. Next batter, bartender Jack. Carl Crawford, his 6th. Holiday, 3 1/3, 12 hits, 7 earned runs, 1 K, and 2 dingers. 9th inning, it's all D-Rays. They're up 11-6. Chad Orvella on to pitch and just kind of close this thing out. Grab a Snickers. We're gonna be here for a while. Orvella walks Aaron Hill. Next batter is Adam Lind, who had a career-high 5 RBI, including the double that scores Hill, and it's still 11-7 though. Next batter, Jason Phillips. He doubles. That scores Lind. It's 11-8. Orvella, they're bumming and renting Washington. You were unable to get it done. Sean Camp, come on down. You're going to now pitch for Tampa Bay and get this thing over with. And the first batter he faces is Howie Clark, and well, he walks. That's close. Next batter is Alex Rios. He's going to ground to second. And right about now, Carl Crawford's thinking, in the back of your mind, you've been going through this for 6 years. Naturally, you're going to think, is this going to happen again? Next batter, Vernon Wells, doubles to left center, and it's happening again. Phillips and Rios score. It's 11-10. That would be it for Camp. Can Casey Fossum end this nightmare for the Devil Ray fans? No. Matt Stairs doubles into left center, scores Wells. This game is now tied at Fossum Dunn. Tim Corcoran intentionally walks Frank Thomas. The big hurt is coming. Troy Gloss. Corcoran's pitch gets by Raul Casanova, and that moves the runners to second and third. Then they intentionally walk Gloss to load the bases. And then they say they talk about it. Let's all get on the mound and sing Kumbaya because we may not have anything else going for us. Corcoran walks Hill into forcing the game-winning run. Toronto 10 to the plate in the bottom of the ninth, score 6 runs, and win unbelievably 12.
Devil Rays and the Marlins. Bottom 5, bases loaded, Jeremy Hermida. Grand slam. First slam since his first Major League home run back in 2005, and it's now an 8-6 game. Bottom 6 scary moment. Yano Navarre gets hit in the throat. This is just a terrifying thing because there's just nothing you can do. You see what happens is the ball, the Brian Stokes pitch, it'll bounce up and it gets him in the exposed area on his throat. He would eventually leave the field on a stretcher. Happy to report that he is all right. Bottom 7, Marlins now have loaded the bases. Chad Orvella facing Josh Willingham, and he hits it into the gap, which clears the bases. You might remember Tampa Bay blew an 8-1 lead earlier this week in Toronto. Well, they've blown an 8-2 lead in this game. Joe Maddon's staff, you got to feel for them because they are struggling. So what do? Well, you put Josh Wilson in the pitch. If you're not familiar with the Devil Rays, he's their shortstop. Here, the short, whee! The pitch gets away from him. Wilson, again, that's not what he does. Here facing Hermida, who earlier hit a grand slam. The key, Joe, is to go ahead and give your shortstop a few innings. Inning pitch, no runs, 1 hit allowed, but he came in too late. The Marlins win 14-8. 4-person cards, they spin around the whole time. I'd be puking all over the place.
Yeah, Hawks got no fear. You wonder about Josh Wilson, the shortstop for Tampa Bay, who got asked to come in against the Marlins. And he got Dan Ugla, and then he got Hanley Ramirez, and then he gets Jeremy Hermida. They gave up no runs and a hit and walked one as the Marlins crushed them, though, 14-8.
Joe Madden make him a starter at this point.
Devil Rays and the Marlins. Rookie Andy Sonnenstein making his second Major League start for Tampa Bay. He's coming to Mezzica and he gets Alfredo in the observatory. 6 strikeouts in a row for Sonnenstein. Next batter, he gets Dan Ugla. 7 consecutive strikeouts, a new Devil Ray record, and 1 short of the American League record. Bottom 7, Devil Rays up 6-2, and Sonnenstein gets Aaron Boone. He struck out 10 over 7. Also got a couple of hits in this game, first 2 Major League hits. Bottom of the 8th, Miguel Cabrera. His 14th in the Marlins. Creep back within 6-4. It's a 7-4 game in the 9th. Brendan Harris was 2 for 5, drove in 5. Devil Rays win at 9-4 as Sonnenstein gets his first Major League win.
Quietly becoming a player in the NL West, began the day 4.5 back, hosting Tampa Bay, who's looking to avoid the sweep. Top 1, Aaron Cook facing Brendan Harris. Broken bat grounder. What? Man! That bat flew, and that fan, check out the catch, and the Rays immediately signed him to a 10-day minor league deal. Top 6, game tied. Carlos Pena. It's Sunday, and he's got the Holy Coast power. That's upper deck, his 16th. The Devil Rays take a lead 4-3. Later in the inning, man on, Johnny Gomes. Bartender, please pour another shot for me. His second of the day, he went 3 for 3, 2 homers. The Rays win 7-4. And the bullpen coach, Bobby Ramos, said, if we win, I'll take a drink. And he did.
And more coming from Young. Did you say more coming from Young? Well, here it is. Mark Reynolds down the line. There's Iwamura, a great diving play, a great throw to get Reynolds. And believe it or not, there is still even
Eddie Bays. Derek Lowe, he's been pitching well of late. Dodgers took 2 of 3 in Toronto, and they were pounding the ball in this one. This is Luis Gonzalez. He's from nearby Tampa. 30 family members checking it out, and Andy Sonnenstein would like to stop giving up home runs. His 7th home run allowed in 21 Major League innings here. Matt Kemp, fly ball to right. James Loney is tagging up, and the ball gets thrown away. It's a Devil Ray moment. Dodgers extend the lead at 2-0. Derek Lowe, meanwhile, dealing. Ty Wigginton swings and misses. Carlos Pena, check it out. 6 2/3, 3 earned, 5 Ks. One more time, Gonzalez. 6 players had multi-hit games for the Dodgers on the way to 16 hits. They didn't get a ton of runs, but they got all they needed. They double up D-Ray 6-3.
Dodgers and Devil Rays. Tampa Bay Special Advisor Don Zimmer and teammates throwing out first pitches to commemorate the 1955 Brooklyn Dodgers. Bottom first, Akinori Uemura leading off. Says, let's get this party started right. Let's get this party started quickly. Devil Rays 1-0. Randy Wolf, just one home run he'd allowed in his last 9 starts. Top 4, Andre Ethier into the 4.63 DP with the bases loaded. Scott Kazmir like, that's what's up. Top 6, Dodgers down 3-2 runners at the corners. Juan Pierre, squeeze it. Ethier scores from third, game tied at 3. Bottom 7, still tied at 3. Deoner Navarro in a 2-for-34 slump. Slump this. Solo shot, his first of the year against his old team. His 10th career home run, first at 216 at-bats. Top 9, Al Reyes shutting it down against Luis Gonzalez. And the Devil Rays going to win it 4-3.
Grand, so whatever. Dodgers and Devil Rays. Bottom 2, D-Rays down 2-zip. Ty Wigginton, WEFUNK. We Funk, better known as a Mothership Connection. His 13th home run of the year. We're going old school. Devil Rays down 2-1. Bottom
Bootsy
6, game
Collins,
tied at 2. That was some Bootsy. 1-on-1 out. Wigginton singles to left. Brendan Harris gets waved home. Luis Gonzalez throw beats him, but Harris's slide knocks the ball out of Mike Lieberthal's glove. Taking a look, it's just a school of hard knocks. Lieberthal loses it. D-Rays go up 3-2. Top 7, D-Rays up 4-2. Wilson Betterman grounds to first off the glove of Wigginton. Second baseman Josh Wilson stays with the play, throws to covering Jay Witasic. Devil Rays would score 5 in the 7th and win 9-4. Earning starter Edwin Jackson, his first wins.
Well, D-Rays had to be licking their chops as the White Sox came to Tampa. White Sox trying to end a 5-game losing streak. Andy Gonzalez, 6 hits in 15 career games coming in. Went 4 for 4 Monday. Brings in Toby Hall to tie it at 4. 2 batters later, Paul Konerko singles to left. Scott Pasetnik scores. White Sox pound out 12 hits, win 5-4.
Won 8-9 against Tampa Bay. It's the Ben Francisco show, his first major league start, and this is his first major league hit. Let's get that ball. I'm gonna give it to my mama, or maybe put it in his own trophy case, whatever. We go to the 9th inning. It's Francisco again. Sean Camp is pitching. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not Francisco, it's Johnny Drama. Victory!
Here's a long fly ball, deep left field. Crawford looking up. It is gone to Souvenir City. Ben Francisco, his first major league homer, sends everybody home happy. A walk-off homer for
I love sports a lot. Man, I love sports. 28-12 at home are the Tribe. I like pie.
Josh Beckett then. He's also having the same kind of dominating year in Cleveland that Beckett's having in Boston. Also a Northern California guy. You know, starting the All-Star game in San Francisco would be a career highlight for the big guy, getting it done against the Devil Rays as he usually does. Grady Sizemore, 3 for 4 in this game. Just hitting 285, but his on base is 401, and the Indians have a 2-0 lead. Michaels and the Talking Garco score. 3rd inning, look at this hook. Hello! Iwamura goes down. Bottom 5. Innings up 4-2. If I had one wish, Scott, it would be to be as strong as Travis Hafner for just one day. 13th homer of the year.
Wish.
It is. That's the one. Indians up 5-2. Top of 6, Sabathia again. Look at that breaking ball. Later, Jorge Cantu. 8 Ks, no walks for Sabathia, perhaps nudging ahead of Beckett in the All-Star starter race for the American League.
I'd like to be Sasquatch and play drums with a D for a day.
Me and Romeo have never been friends. Raul Casanova, 2-run shot, interesting, but then Borowski comes in and saves it for Sabathia, who wins his 12th of the year. That leads the majors. Sabathia had 12 wins all of last year. All Tribe, home to the Devil Rays. No one has been better at home than Cleveland this year. Cliff Lee starting to pitch really well, cruising, facing Josh Wilson. The friendly strike him out, throw him out. Lee, 9 Ks, ties a career high, 8 innings, 1 earned. Bottom 6, Travis Hafner. Deflects off Carlos Pena right to Josh Wilson, but he throws wide. Blake scores on the error. The Indians lead 2-1. Bottom 7, poor James Shields. He's been pitching so well lately and just not getting enough run support. Another nasty yacker there. Kelly Shopik, snappage. Shields 10 Ks and 6 1/3. Top of 9, Borowski on. Try to save it. His 24th save. Look at Johnny Peralta. What a tag. Look at that. Right on the bum. Tribe have won 9 of 13. They're the ultimate AL Central team right now.
Devil Rays Indians behind Fausto Carmona, the AL Central leading Tribe, with Rooms out swinging to complete the 4-game sweep. To the 7th we go. Rays down 3-0. Bases full of Devil Rays, though. Johnny Gomes grounds to third. Casey Blake can't handle the hop. He's got no play. Greg Norton scores. And the Rays are down 3-1. Next at bat, pinch hitter Ty Wheaton, and Carmona plunks him. Another run scores. Tampa Bay within a run. That was all for Carmona. Indians bring in Rafael Perez. First batter for Perez. Strikes out pinch hitter Raul Casanova. Big strikeout for Perez. Next batter, bag still full. Akinori Norimura chops it back to Perez, who makes a great grab high above his head, throws home for the force out. It's worth another look. Perez, the top play nominee, and still nursing the 1-run lead. Next batter, Brendan Harris. Grounds out to Casey Blake, who struggles but makes the play. Perez out of a bases-loaded jam. Bottom 8, bags full for Grady Sizemore.
The 1-0.
And that is career hit number 500, his second career grand slam, 14th home run of the season. Indians win their 5th straight with more diamond notes. Here's Brian Kenny.
Something like that. Incredible. It took until July 3rd for division rivals, the Devil Rays and Red Sox, to hook up for the first time this season. Julio Lugo 0 for 33. What's that about 2-out run-scoring hits?
Pitcher to heaven.
Lugo lines in the middle, 2 score. Lugo's first hit in 34 at-bats. Gave the Red Sox a 3-0 lead. And Lugo, lots of love from the dugout and from the Fenway faithful. Immediately elected to the American League All-Star team. He'll be in San Francisco. Not exactly. That was all Dice K needed. In the 3rd gets Akinori Iwamura. Then in the 4th, Carlos Pena. Something off there. And in the 5th, Johnny Gomes go home. Matsuzaka, his 7th strikeout. Matsuzaka showed he can field his position. How about that little chopper, the snag, quick reflexes. How high he gets here, right off the mound there, the lip of the mound, and able to make the play, no problem. From the here's something you don't see every day department, a pitching change. Jason Hamels in from the bullpen. He's all the way in. He's almost at the mound when told, wait a second, Joe Madden, the manager, I didn't call for a pitching change. Hamels got to go all the way back to the bullpen, so at least he got his running in. Matsuzaka, another strikeout. Struck out 9 in 8 shut innings, 1.29 ERA his last 6 starts. Devil Rays were staring at a 10-game losing streak if they couldn't hit the knuckleball Wednesday in Boston. Edwin Jackson on the mound, bottom of the 1st. Squeeze! Alex Cora squeezed, bunt, Coco Crisp scores easily. Red Sox the early 1-0 lead. Red Sox enjoying a 5-1 lead in the bottom of the 5th. Mike Lowell, get out of town. 13th home run for him into the monster seats. Sox had a 7-1 lead. Game's over. Right, wrong. Top of the 7th, bases loaded. Devil Rays rally. Carl Crawford, who had his 900th career hit in this one. That's a 2-run double. It was 7-3. It would be 7-5. Jonathan Papelbon in. And you know the deal. Strikes out Brendan Harris. Devil Rays do suffer their 10th consecutive loss. Josh Beckett's won 11 games this season, but is just 1-2 with an ERA over 5 against the Devil Rays. Tampa Bay riding a 10-game losing streak into Fenway. Beckett gets Akinori Iwamura. The next batter, Carl Crawford. The next batter, Brendan Harris. We'll see you later. First 5 outs of the game, all Beckett strikeouts. Here's the Boston offense. Bases loaded for Coco Crisp. Not anymore. Grand slam off J.P. Howell. In the bottom of the 2nd, with 1st and 2nd, Mike Lowell, a 3-run shot of his own, had his first career 5-hit game. Also had 5 RBIs, 9-0 Boston. Top of the 5th, Beckett gets Ty Wigginton to get out of a jam. 9th strikeout of the game for Beckett, a season high. Deanna Navarro, slow chopper to 1st. Eric Hinsky can't make the throw to Beckett, and Navarro collides with Beckett at the bag. Face to shoulder, Navarro was shaken up on the play. Beckett hung around, and in between innings, Hideki Okajima, congratulated by the faithful for being elected to the All-Star team.
Dance partners.
You went authentic accent there on me for a second.
Do what I can.
Devil Rays Red Sox, Johnny Gomes coming on. That would hurt in the pool, but it feels good in the outfield at Fenway, robbing dust.
Out for 6 weeks with a foot injury, can only watch Joe Torre's Yankees in the 2nd of a 4-game set against the Devil Rays. Bottom 2, Rays up 1-0 with 2 aboard. Josh Wilson, this off Roger Clemens, a drive to center, gets by Melky Cabrera, rolls to the wall. Delman Young and Greg Norton score. Wilson with his first triple of the season. Tampa Bay up 3-0. Clemens Dicey, 5 1/3, 5 earned, 4 walks. Top 6, D-Rays up 4-1 with 2 on, 1 out. Scott Kazmir rings up Hideki Matsui. Next batter, Andy Phillips, take a seat. Kazmir, 6 scoreless, 7 Ks. Top 8, Jorge Posada singing solo off Casey Fossum, Posada's 10th. Yankees down 6-3. Next batter, Matsui. Deep and gone. Back-to-back jacks. Yankees down 6-4 on Matsui's 12th home run of the year. Top 9. Yankees down to their final out. Gary Glover gets Cabrera to fly out. That's your ball game. Kazmir with his first home win in more than a year. 6-4 the final.
Yes. Well, all that talk about A-Rod, 0 for 5 this season for the first time. Here, grounds out, leaves a couple of ducks on the pond as Chien-Ming Wang gave up 3 early on, and the Yankees had to battle back, and they did. Bobby Abreu, you see the numbers his last 8 games, swinging a red-hot bat, and it continues. Absolutely hammers this 2-run shot, puts the Yankees out in front. Abreu brings in, or gets a little love from Melky Cabrera in the dugout, a season-high 5 RBI. From Abreu. Bottom 5, Raul Casanova. Tries to serve it the other way, Rodriguez. Super play right there. Don't do it at the dish, you do it in the field. Chien-Ming Wang in line to get the win. Mariano Rivera to face Akinori Iwamura. And the Sandman, high heat, the gas face. 425 career saves. He's now 3rd. All the Yankees trying to climb back above 500, and they've got a lead in the bottom of the 7th until Carlos Pena digs in against Ron Vallone. Lefty, advantage Pena. He smashes out his 22nd of the season. It's a 5-4 D-Rays lead. But the Yankees come storming right back. They now lead 6-5. Derek Jeter up. Grounded to Akinori Iwamura. Makes a nice stop, but Jeter is flying down the base path. He is safe, and Andy Phillips comes in to score. He caps a 3-run inning for the Yanks. Bottom 8, Yano Navarro facing Kyle Farnsworth. Andy Phillips makes a fantastic play. Double play. Yankee defense backing up their pitching. Bottom 9, we bring in Mariano Rivera, and Brendan Harris is up with runners on 1st and 2nd with nobody out. Now there are 2 just like that. The Yankees go on to win by a 7-6 score and take 3 out of 4 in Tampa Bay.
Back to the ballpark. Devil Rays trying to beat the mighty Angels for the 2nd time in their last 11 tries, and we're getting wiggy with it. Ty Wigginton had 4 consecutive hits coming into the game. In the bottom of the 2nd, a single. In the bottom of the 4th, a double. In the bottom of the 5th, you're thinking cycle, aren't you? No, this is just another single. It is an RBI single. Devil Rays a 5-2 lead in the 7th, pulling away up 7-2. It's yet another single for Ty Wigginton. 8th consecutive base hit, ties the team record set by the immortal Aubrey Huff from 2004. Ty raises his batting average to .281.
4 for 4 in his last 2 games, grounded out in his first AB in this game against the Angels. However, later, bottom 6, and he's warm again. Home run, 14th of the year. Devil Rays lead 4-1. They get the worst record in the American League as they take on the Angels. Same inning, bases loaded, 2 outs. Carlos Pena, 2nd in baseball, the slugging percentage out to A-Rod. That's how good a year he's having. Pops it up, way up, and oh, he is too sexy for his baseball hat. That hits the catwalk. Devil Rays lead 7-1. Watch it. No one's really sure what happened, but look, great shot by the camera crew. The catwalk, the lights. Mike Scioscia, not a fan of Right Said Fred. And the Devil Rays go on to win 7-2.
Do something. Tampa's taking the first 2 and a loss to Texas, making 3 bad decisions in a row for the Halos. Here in the 5th, Akinori Iwamura strikes out. B.J. Upton swinging. Escobar 7 2/3 shutout ball, 5 Ks. Top 6, we have 2 on. We have 1 out. Angels up 1-0. Garrett Anderson. Oh, look at that. He's going to be so happy at the family reunion. 2 are going to score. Vladimir Guerrero, Gary Matthews Jr. Guerrero's 1,000th career run as the Angels win it 3-0.
Well, the Devil Rays did a number on the Yankees in the Bronx, and that number was 14 as in runs scored. See, Mike Messina, he's never lost to the Devil Rays career at Yankee Stadium. Here's a hit. He lost this one. In the 3rd, Carl Crawford. That's an RBI single. Devil Rays up 2-0. Next batter's B.J. Upton. And up into the upper deck for a 2-run shot, his 10th. Upton would hit another home run later in the game. Devil Rays had a 4-0 lead. On to the 5th. Brendan Harris up with a runner on. Harris shoots one to the right center. Upton scores. Devil Rays up 5-0. That's it for Messina. 4 2/3, 7 hits, 6 earned. Edward Ramirez be called into relief. How's that relief? Deanna Navarro, his first career grand slam, 14-4 Tampa Bay.
Hey, the Yankees had a chance to pick up a half game on Boston if they could sweep the Devil Rays. Had a doubleheader. Here's game 1. A-Rod's ready to go. Bottom 6. Score tied at 2. 1 on for A-Rod. And Jake Cook-Yu drills him with a 91-mile-per-hour fastball. And the trainer had to come out and take a look at A-Rod. A-Rod did do a little dance, had to dance that one off.
Looks like Fred Sanford right there.
You big dummy. But by the time he got to first base, you know, he was okay. Jeter and the trainer like, oh yeah, he got him.
Simmer.
Later in the inning, now 3-2 Yankees. 2 on for Andy Phillips. Base hit. A-Rod and Robinson Cano scored. 5-2 Yankees. After A-Rod scored, check out Jeter and Cano in the dugout. They're like, doing the A-Rod dance.
And the A-Rod face.
Still in the 6th, Shelley Duncan up. Got his first Major League hit on Friday. That's his first career Major League home run, and he made it 7-2 Yankees. And check it out. Andy Phillips tried to warn the Yankees about his celebrations, and he's going to break somebody's arm. Yankees going to win it 7-3. And they're like, get out there. That's for you, for the encore. Here's game 2 from the Bronx. Johnny Damon didn't play in game 1, started in left field in game 2. Rare left field start for Damon. Akinori Iwamura. Well, he believes in Damon's skills and robbed him of something. And Damon's like, what you got? And then Iwamura again. And Damon robs him again.
Great.
It's another top play nominee. Johnny Damon could take over top plays later. Here he is again, this time at the plate. Johnny Gomes, well, he's no Johnny Damon in left. Melky Cabrera and Will Nieves scored. Damon with 4 RBI. The Yankees up 9-5. Still bottom 6. A-Rod. They hit him in game 1. He comes back and hits them in game 2. Now, 497 for his career, 33rd this season. A-Rod 3 for 4 with 4 RBI. Then bottom 7, 14-5 Yankees. Hideki Matsui just being greedy. 3-run shot off Brian Stokes, number 16 for Matsui. And A-Rod and Jeter digging it as the Yankees win it 17-5.
Absolutely shark-hooked the Devil Rays Sunday afternoon. A bigger whooping than that 17-5 score Saturday night. Game was tied at 3 before James Shields became untied in the 4th. Gave up a leadoff triple to Robinson Cano. Andy Phillips scores him. It's 4-3. A walk and a fielder's choice ground out later. It's Derek Jeter.
He's now.
I was going to say that. Single scores Phillips. It's 5-3. New York would hit 403 in this series. It's 7-3 when Hideki Matsui, who homered earlier, singles in Bobby Abreu, chases Shields, who gave up 10 earned in 3 1/3. Casey Fossum, unable to stop the bleeding. His first batter, Jorge Posada, singles in A-Rod, who walked. It's 9-3. Joe Torre said it was better than batting practice. Next up for the second time in the inning, Robinson Cano, single scores Matsui. It's 10-3. Every Yankee starter had a hit, a run, and an RBI. After getting a second out, Shelley Duncan up for a second time, and that's out. 3-run shot, his second career home run in as many days, and the Yankee fans said, come on out, a 10-run fourth. Leading off the 6th, it's Duncan again. Home run again off Sean Camp. A second curtain call would follow with chance of Shelley for the son of Cardinals pitching coach Dave Duncan. And if the Yankees are going to hit 6 home runs, you got to figure, yeah, Alex Rodriguez is in on that tally. Also off Camp, his 34th, 498 career, 21-4. The final, New York had 25 hits. That's 20 or more hits in
safeties?
Yeah, in consecutive games for the first time in team history. The Yankees are a season best, 5 games over 500, 49 runs, 62 hits, 11 homers in the series. A-Rod, when was the last time you saw an outburst like this?
This game later.
At number 9, the Devil Rays and Orioles, Ramon Hernandez to third. Akinori Iwamura, the stop and the throw to first for the out. Backhanded And then in foul territory, tremendous throw.
Red Sox Devil Rays, Boston 3-0 so far in the 18-game series with Tampa Bay. Tim Wakefield 16-2 in 18 career decisions against Tampa Bay. Never has lost at the Trop there. Carlos Pena, the butterfly, no good. Akinora Iwamura, hits his teammate, Yana Navarro. Navarro out, Iwamura, he gets a single. We go to the 6th, 2 on. Joe Madden, he takes Jason Hamill out of the game. 88 pitches, kid allowed only 1 hit. Juan Solis comes on, Kevin Youkilis. He likes to hit off Juan Solis. 10th homer for Uke. Wakefield's going to be 17-2 now against the Devil Rays. The Sox win it 7-1.
All right, Red Sox winners of 7 of their last 8, looking to send the Devil Rays to their 8th straight loss. Bottom 9, 6-4 Red Sox. Jonathan Papelbon gives it up to Delman Young right there in the game for John Lester, and then gives it up big time to Johnny Gomes. 2-run homer. We've tied it. Papelbon's second blown save this season. 4th home run he's given up this season. That surpasses all of last season. There's something about Raymond. The mascot decides to take a nap. Here's what he missed. Red Sox up 1, and after a walk to Julio Lugo, they were up 1 after Julio Lugo's walk with the bases loaded, and Kevin Youkilis buys insurance, and the Red Sox go on to win it 12-6, your final.
I'm actually voting for Fred. AL East, leading Red Sox. They've been having a ball beating the Devil Rays' brains out the first 5 meetings of the year. Here, Daisuke Matsuzaka gets Carlos Pena. Not a fan of gyro ball day. In the 6th, Scott Kazmir, equally as filthy, gets Manny Ramirez there. Next up, Kevin Youkilis, and Youkilis missed. Kazmir, 6 innings pitched, 8 Ks, 1 walk. Bottom 7, Yana Navarro, that's a bomb. Solo home run, his 3rd. Tampa Bay up 1-0. They've lost 8 straight. They need some more help. There you go. B.J. Upton off reliever Manny Del Carmen. 3-run homer. 1 of those charged to Daisuke. It's 4-0 Tampa Bay. And then the next guy, here comes Pena. Now he's hitting back-to-back. Manny and Youkilis also went back-to-back in the 8th. Not enough help as Tampa Bay breaks several losing streaks here and win it 5-2.
A lot of drama at the Trop. Bottom 9. Toronto's Jeremy Accardo protecting a 4-3 lead. Pinch hitter Josh Wilson. Pinch runner Carl Crawford coming in to score, and we're tied at 4. Accardo's 4th blown save of the year. Bottom 10, Delman Young. Up the middle, John McDonald. Great hustle and throw. I love that movie, Hustle and Throw.
Nice.
Tremendous movie. And he gets Brendan Harris out at the plate.
Something about it's hard out here for Pimp.
Something like that. Next half inning, Scott Doman. A little bit of trouble, but he gets out of it. As Lyle Overbay flies out to left. Doman getting out of a 1-out, bases loaded jam. Bottom 11, Carl Crawford leading off. Brian Wolf finding pitching ain't easy. Game winner walk-off style for Carl Crawford. His first homer since June 5th. Look what's waiting for him. Ow! Crawford's 3rd career walk-off, first in 4 years.
Devil Rays Tigers. Detroit reeling of late, desperate to stop its 5-game slide. Justin Verlander 6-2 at his last 8 decisions coming in. Top 5 with 2 aboard. Tigers up 2-1, and B.J. Upton's got himself his 16th home run of the season. His only hit of the game put the D-Rays up 4-2. That's the count in the bottom of the 7th. Sean Casey, the Goodwood. This off Gary Glover. Casey with his 3rd home run of the season and his first at Comerica since last year. Tigers down a run. 2 batters later, Carlos Guillen into the gap in right. Megley Ordonez scores from first, and we are tied at 4 runs apiece. Next batter, Ryan Rayburn. Singles to left, Guillen scores, and Detroit has a 5-4 lead. 2 batters later, they're loaded for Brandon Inge. Inge skies one to left center. Carl Crawford and Upton both have a bead, but nobody catches the baseball. Joe Madden miserable. Tigers win it 6-4. Just their 2nd win in 11.
The Tigers win this game. They get first place once again in the AL Central, but Jim Leland's team has not been playing well. Fausto Blanco has been playing well. Home run, now hitting .348, and his errorless streak continues to 140 games, 3 short of Luis Castillo's record. Blanco hitting .348 again after going 2 for 4. Well, James Shields, this guy can bring it. Good pitcher. Why? Well, he's a great changeup. You see it there against Ryan Rayburn and here against Brandon Inge. But then he can also go 4-seam cheese on you. Gary Sheffield was back. He went 1 for 4, but outside of Polanco, there was no offense from the Tigers. Meanwhile, good offense from Tampa Bay. Yana Navarro homers. Tigers have lost 6 of 8 and 10 of 13 as the Devil Rays win 7-1.
Most exciting games at Fenway Park this season and one of the most anticipated homecomings. John Lester back to pitch in front of the nation. Lester made his first 4 starts of this season on the road. Of course, he's a cancer survivor. Red Sox, 26 games better than visiting Tampa Bay. Lester looking good. He walked the leadoff man, then retired the next 9. There's Carl Crawford, B.J. Upton, and Johnny Gomes there. 7 innings, 1 earned, 4 Ks. Scott Kazmir. This is a battle of good-looking young lefties, both 23 years old. Manny and Big Poppy combined 9 for 66 against Kazmir. Veritek, Crisp, and Lugo, they caught the bug at 2. 6 innings, 4 hits, 8 Ks, no earned. 8th inning, Devil Rays up 1 on a sac fly. Bases loaded thanks to Manny Del Carmen. Mike Timlin ends the threat, gets Upton. The Rays just 4 hits. 9th inning. Eric Gagne heard some boos, gets Johnny Gomes right there, and the nation re-embraces. Red Sox 1-41 when trailing after the 8th inning this season, but the D-Rays bullpen has given up the most home runs in the American League this season. Al Reyes gives it up to Mike Lowell with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. We're tied, and then Jason Veritek 2 batters later, the ground rule double. Coco Crisp follows. And here comes Veritek. The captain scores. The Red Sox win 2-1. Red Sox announcer Jerry Remy called it the most exciting win at Fenway this season.
Red Sox. Boston leads Tampa Bay by just 27 games. The Yanks a bit closer. 5 back. It's Gyro Ball Day. Oh, top third base is Chuck. Carlos Pena hits Daisuke Matsuzaka's pitch to the wall. Couple little scores. 3-0 Devil Rays. Matsuzaka 6 innings pitched, 8 hits, 6 earned. So the Sox having to fight back from 6-11 in the 9th. They get up to 6-4. Al Reyes gave up the lead Tuesday at the Fens here with a runner on first for Julio Lugo. That's a double to center. Coco Crisp scores, so it's 6-5. Lugo's second RBI double of the game. Next batter, Dustin Pedroia, goes down. Kevin Youkilis then goes down. Reyes really showing some intestinal fortitude here after a walk to David Ortiz. Manny Ramirez is up, and basically what we have here is Reyes with a little CPR strikeout to the side. Devil Rays win 6-5, their first win at Fenway this year after 5 losses.
In this game, they're back in first place. Eric Wedge and the Tribe, 12-2 against the Devil Rays since the start of 06. Ryan Garco the third, the talking Garco, but Akinori Iwamura, the beautiful play. Later in the inning, first and third, Travis Hafner pinch hitting. Delman Young, the catch. Victor Martinez tagging. We have a play at the plate. Martinez is out. The Indians left 14 men on base, but they won the game. Bottom 9, 2 out. Joe Borowski right here. Michaels and Sizemore. It's close. Paul Bird gets the win. Borowski the save. Indians win 2-1.
Number 20.
Dear Linda, why must you criticize? Love, Roger Clemens. Send. Indians woke up Saturday with a half-game lead over the Tigers. In the second, Asdrubal Cabrera, a 3-run homer, and that is his first major league homer. In just his 6th game, no less, 3-0 Tribe. Jake Westbrook started the season 1-6, but he's starting to come around a little bit. Gets B.J. Upton to ground into the double play. Westbrook, 7 strong innings of 2-hit ball. And then Grady Sizemore. The research department that tells me this is how he rolls. His 21st homer of the year, Indians win 8-1. 3rd straight win, their longest win streak since early July. So here's a look at the AL Central and wild card races.
Big fellas, Indians first place, Devil Rays no place. Karsten Charles Sabathia on the bump. He's got 14 wins. ERA of 3.48, 162 Ks. Devil Rays down 2-0 in the 4th. Akinori Iwamura goes down. Carlos Pena, though, touches up CC for a solo shot, his 27th. Devil Rays tied at 2. Sabathia, 8 innings pitched. Those 2 earned, 6 Ks. No decision because we're in the 10th with the bases loaded. Victor Martinez hits it deep to right. Caught there, but as Asdrubal Cabrera tags scores, so the Indians up 3-2. Now you just need some outs, right? Bottom 10, same numbers, 2 on, 2 outs. 2 out hits will get you to heaven. Carl Crawford off Joe Borowski. Josh Paul comes around. Crawford, halo and wings for you. We're tied again at 3. Top of the 11th, Ryan Garco. Right center, B.J. Upton, though, there to make the leaping catch. Good work. Look at Upton again. Mama made him just tall enough. And Joel Guzman, called up early on Sunday. Home half of the 12th, runner on second. Guzman singles up the middle. Johnny Gomes is going to score. Big day for Guzman, right? You come up from the minor leagues, you get in the game, you get a game-winning hit. How about that for a day, Guzman?
How much sleep did you get last night?
I got about an hour, no more than that. I went to bed around 3, and I have to get up around 4 to go to the airport.
And didn't have time to shave either, apparently. Devil Rays win 4-3 in 12 innings. John Kruk gives us Cleveland's key over the last 6 weeks of the season.
Back up to 5 if they win at Tampa Bay. And Tim Wakefield, he's 18-2 against the Devil Rays. 8-0 at this field, but he didn't have Doug Mirabelli. He's hurt. They called up Kevin Cash, and well, last time they didn't have Mirabelli, they had Josh Bard. It was late April of 06, and about 5 days later, he was traded to the Padres because he couldn't catch the knuckler. Mr. Cash, how are you going to handle it?
My thing is, I don't want Wake to feel uncomfortable. If he goes out there and doesn't realize I'm back there, then I've done my job as far as I'm concerned.
Well, bottom one, let's check out you on your JOB, and well, that's not quite what they were looking for, but settle down. And Red Sox got all over Scott Kazmir. It's not the legend of John Henry's hammer, but it's good enough for Manny Ramirez, who was 5 for 36 career off Kazmir. Singles there, Cash and Dustin Pedroia score. It's 5-0, bottom 5. Wakefield gets Josh Paul. Cash keeps it in front of him, and the throw to first. Wakefield had 5 strikeouts in the game. Bottom 6, B.J. Upton tries to steal second, forgot his PF Flyers. Cash brought his arm, and the Red Sox win 6-0, and Wakefield continues his dominance. One of baseball's better teams. John Lester, one of the game's better stories. Cancer survivor. Boston and Tampa Bay. Carlos Pena, he's writing his own chapter. Off Lester, bottom 1, ties the game at 2. Career high 28. Lester, 5 1/3, 5 runs, gave up 2 shots. Top 4, bases loaded, 1 out. Red Sox up a run. Coco Crisp hugs the line, 2 score. The Red Sox go up 5-2. Bottom 7, it's 8-5, 2 on, 2 outs. Carl Crawford line drive off the glove of Dustin Pedroia. He gets the E. Josh Wilson would score 8-6. Hideki Okajima, though, then gets B.J. Upton to strike out, and the Red Sox get out of a jam. Jonathan Papelbon, 29 saves, seeking to become the first Red Sox pitcher with 2 30-save seasons. Johnny Gomes says, oh, man, I'm not the guy that just gave him that, did I? Well, he gives him that at the 8th, and then Papelbon goes 1-2-3 in the 9th. He gets it, and the Red Sox get the win. 8.5 games. That's the difference between where Boston and Tampa Bay are in the AL East. Edwin Jackson's ERA after this start, 1.36 in his last 5 starts. Dustin Pedroia's elbow, sore.
Ouch.
Yeah, 96 miles an hour. That hurts. If Pedroia would eventually leave, he would also score. Bottom 6, bartender, Saki. B.J. Upton off Daisuke Matsuzaka. 6 innings, 2 runs, but that was 1 too many. The Devil Rays win it 2-1.
Devil Rays, Yankees. New York with a lightweight weekend as they lead in one playoff race and they chase in another. Top third, Devil Rays up 1-0. B.J. Upton grounds to Alex Rodriguez and A-Rod. Bare hand, no. Bases are now loaded. Next batter, Delman Young. High fly, Bobby Abreu. Easy catch. Abreu makes the long throw home and attempt to get Akinori Iwamura. Iwamura is safe. The play, Jorge Posada running Carlos Pena back to second, then fires the throw to Robinson Cano. He can't handle this one. Here we go. Oh, boy. Air on Cano. Pena scores, and the Devil Rays are up 3-0. Perhaps a little wiped up after the big sweep of the Red Sox and Pena. His 32nd of the year. Carlos Pena has 32 home runs. The Devil Rays have a win, 9-1 at the stadium.
Let's run through the AL wildcard contenders, beginning in the Bronx. Yankees Devil Rays game, some controversial moments. Bottom 1, A-Rod. Off Edwin Jackson, a 2-run shot, is 45th. And then second inning, Joe Torre comes out. Joe Torre wants to see Akinori Iwamura's bat. He wants to see it checked. So the umpires, they go over to Joe Madden. All right, we're going to need to see the bat here. And of course, Iwamura doesn't speak English. He has no idea what's going on. So they got to get a translator out there. They want to see your bat. They think something's in it.
It's not aluminum, I swear.
Don't panic. Next pitch. Ian Kennedy, the rookie, looked good. Iwamura strikes out. They were in his head. Rodriguez up again in the third. Now, Joe Madden, little tit for tat here. You know what? Check A-Rod's bat. Both bats sent to the commissioner's office for inspection. Madden said afterward, there might be something inside that bat. He's got 45 home runs. It's September 1st. Very tongue-in-cheek there. Oh, A-Rod. You don't check A-Rod's bat. You just don't do it. I don't know why. 5-2 Yankees, they're loaded. A-Rod, 4th inning. There it goes. Ground rule double. Rookie Ian Kennedy, 7 innings of 5-hit ball. His big league debut, taking Yusina's turn in the rotation. Yanks have
Well, now, Devil Rays have only won 3 series and 26 trips to the Boogie Down. 4-27 doesn't improve the percentage, but it does improve ego. Top 3 no score. Andy Pettitte looking for a 7th straight win. Instead of giving him that honor, they de-honored him. Deontay Navarro slapping Pettitte silly. His 7th homer of the year. Devil Rays hit 8 homers in the series. Bottom 5, 1-zip Tampa. Melky Cabrera into the corner and right. Andy Phillips heads for home. Throw not quite in time. Phillips ruled safe. Got to check it out again. Close call at the plate. Phillips would lead the game after being hit by a pitch earlier in the inning. Yankees tied at 1 later in the inning. Jason Hamill gets Derek Jeter to fly out to right. That makes 2 outs. Cabrera still on 3rd. With runners on 2nd and 3rd, Bobby Abreu got played. Yankees had a chance to bust it open. They only got 1. Top 7, Carlos Pena be getting swole all year. 34th home run of the year. Ties a single-season franchise record. Devil Rays played.
First base coach George Hendrick in anger.
Ooh, George Hendrick, yeah.
Focus on this highlight. Here it is. Bases loaded. Here comes Carl Crawford. He's running down the first base line. And Paul Nart, umpire, calls him out. And look at that. Thank goodness he didn't have a pole vault handy.
Oh, right there.
Yeah. Paul Nart, first base umpire. As we can see by this replay, as Joe Madden comes out, he had a...
Madden should have given him his glasses.
He had a brain Nart. I mean, because he's clearly... Not only does he beat the throw, but Kevin Millar is feet off the bag. That's an old Millar trick from back in his Red Sox days. Hey, D-Rays won. They've won 9 of 11, and Carlos Pena hit a home run. It's 35th new record.
At number 7, Orioles D-Rays, Carlos Pena drives the ball deep into the Tampa night. If they played outdoors.
Right.
Pena homered twice, drove in a team record 7 runs. He has
Game's far more interesting. Devil Rays, the Red Sox. The pitching duel. Kurt Schilling, Scott Kazmir facing off. Jason Varitek, he's looking. Schilling to Carl Crawford. Chop and broccoli. Schilling went 6, 5 Ks. Kazmir, Kevin Youkilis. Choking on a splinter. Kazmir's 6 K, 7th inning. Alex Cora facing Kazmir. Going over to 3rd. Good hustle. Red Sox offense can't get it going. Kazmir goes 7, strikes out 10. Bottom of 8, David Ortiz is on deck. Mike Lowell facing Dan Wheeler. There's a runner on. And only Barnes & Noble allows one to stand and do nothing longer. We're in the 9th. Varitek, Alvarez, 2 outs. Varitek wants another one. Not going to happen. Red Sox 13th K. Devil Rays win 1-0 for the first time this year. They win 1-0.
For the latest reason, you never leave a sporting event early unless it's a blowout at the Meadowlands. That's the exception. Devil Rays were hammering the Red Sox and Tim Wakefield, and then all of a sudden, well, they weren't. Wakefield, who has owned the Devil Rays, Brandon Harris, 11th homer of the year, 1-0 Tampa. On to the 4th. Devil Rays have runners in the corners. Akinori Imoriura hits it down the right field line. Deontay Navarro comes around to score. Wakefield gone. He would pick up the best no decision maybe of his career in this game. 2 batters later. Don't sleep on Carlos Pena. Get out of town. His 39th of the season. Only A-Rod has more home runs in the American League than Carlos Pena of the Devil Rays. It was 8-1. Then it was 8-2 when Kevin Cash comes through. Cash is king, I've always been told. J.D. Drew and Coco Crisp score. Then it's an 8-4 game. Dustin Pedroia, fly to center. Julio Lugo's tagging. What a throw by B.J. Upton, but Navarro can't handle it, and Lugo bowls him over anyway. It's 8-5. It's 9-6, 2 on. Here's Lugo. The designated hitter on Monday night, just a regular hitter on Tuesday night off the monster. J.D. Drew scores. It's 9-7. On to the 6th. It's 9-8. Remember, it was 8-1 Tampa. Here's Dustin Pedroia. Get out of town. His 7th home run. Ball game tied at 9. This is why you don't leave sporting events early, Anderson. How many times do I have to tell you?
I'm still here.
Kevin Youkilis, fly to center. That goes over the head of Upton. That's going to clear the bases. Youkilis will show off the wheels, and the Red Sox are up 12-9. Did I mention they were down 8-1 in the 4th? Bottom 7 now. Here's David Ortiz. 219th career homer as a DH. Ties Don Baylor. fourth most designated hitter history. And the Red Sox come all the way back from down 8-1 to win 16-10.
From Tampa Bay before their three-game series with the Yankees begins at Fenway Park Friday night. That was John Lester. Fourth start against the D-Rays this year out of his 9. B.J. Upton, yo ding dong. Ding dong yo off the pesky pole. 2-run Jackson. It's 3-0 Tampa Bay. Upton 24 home runs. David Ortiz has 30. That's a 3-run laser off Edwin Jackson. Career high in on-base percentage and batting average for Ortiz, and his slugging is only 37 points lower than last year. He's having another great year. Jason Varitek is not. Bottom 5, 2 out, 2 on, strikes out. Again, 2 out, 2 on in the 7th. Only 29 extra base hits for Varitek this year. He was 0 for 4. To the 9th. Red Sox still trail 4-3. I enjoy it when you call me Big Papa.
Ortiz to right field. Delman Young towards the corner. Back by the wall. It is gone. Mr. Clutch is back just out of the yard. Big Papi. And the Red Sox walk off with the win.
Oh, put a 10 around that circus, Young. He probably should have caught this ball. First walk-off home run this year for Ortiz, 9th career, and incredible. Jonathan Papelbon is pumped as the Red Sox win. Mariners hanging by a thread. A win gets them to within 5.5 of the Yankees in the wild card. That's Yuniesky Betancourt. He was the hero Wednesday. And is he the hero Thursday? 3-run homer for the lead? No, just a bit short, but it is a 2-run double. Lopez and Reed, yes, both score. 7-7. 2 batters later, bottom 8, Adrian Beltre delivers. From 7-1 down to an 8-7 lead, J.J. puts Dr. Evil his 38th save.
Spot their lead was 8.5 games on the Mariners in the AL West. Devil Rays in town Monday night to try to solve Calvin Escobar. Top third, game tied at 3. B.J. Upton at third base.
There he goes.
And he's going to steal home. You got to be fast to steal home. And the Devil Rays take a 4-3 lead. I saw that Bourne ultimatum move. I don't even think Jason Bourne could steal home. But Escobar is in there. Upton, rather, is in there. Escobar left the game after 4 innings of work, 8 hits, and 6 earned runs. Bottom 6, Angels up 7-6, 1 on and 1 out. Mesa is tourist with a base hit. Upton coming up throwing the third, but not the throw he intended. Off the dugout. Angels take the 8-6 lead and win it 10-7.
Tampa Bay. John Lackey on the mound chasing the 3rd division title for the Angels in 4 years. Lackey striking out Carlos Pena. Lackey striking out Delman Young. Akinori strikes out Looking. Lackey catches Greg Norton. Top 4, Lackey catches Pena. Lackey tossed 4 innings and no-hit ball. In the 6th, he gets Norton again. Lackey would have 10 Ks. His first double-digit strikeout performance in over 2 months. Oh, and keep it going. John Lackey. Oh, for goodness sake, he was dominant. Whoa, John Lackey. He'd spread 5 hits in 8 innings, allowed 1 run. Top 9, Francisco Rodriguez, Jorge Valendia. B.J. Upton comes in to score, making 2-1 Angels. Rodriguez, by the way, going for his 128th save since 05. Josh Wilson up with 2 out. And Rodriguez gets him. A pitch in the dirt. Angels hold on to win. First September win for Lackey. Okay, so the Angels and Indians chop digits off their magic number.
No fun in the AL West. The Angels with an 8.5 game lead in the division. What are we going to do with that? Devil Rays visiting Anaheim. Juan Rivera gets a hold of this J.P. Howell offering and get out of town. 1-0 Angels. Rivera's 2nd of the year. Runner on second, 2 outs for Urban Santana, and he strikes out Greg Norton to end the inning. Santana gets Raul Casanova. It's Norton in the 5th. Santana in some trouble. Devil Rays, the base is loaded, and Santana gets Jorge Valendia to line out. Santana, a replacement starter for Bartolo Colon. Struck out 10 over 6 1/3. And Francisco Rodriguez, the strikeout to end it. Angels get their 90th win, 10 consecutive 90-loss seasons for Tampa Bay, who, as you know, play their home games in St. Pete.
All right, so Red Sox Nation at DEFCON 1. Their lead in the East, a game and a half, taking on the D-Rays. But they had their stopper, Josh Beckett, on the bump. Gets Carlos Pena looking. Deanna Navarro, can I help you? Nah, just look. Beckett going for his 20th win. 8 strikeouts in 6 innings, 1 run allowed. Got some help from the D. Greg Norton. Pop fly, foul ground. Jacoby Ellsbury, the rookie, a beautiful catch. Filling in for the injured Manny Ramirez. And I think that Manny would have got this. Maybe. Maybe not. Red Sox holding on to a 3-1 lead. Big Papi hit his 32nd home run of the season. Beckett, the first 20-game winner in the majors since '05, and he helped end the losing streak, 8-1 over the D-Rays.
In St. Pete, Sox with a chance to clinch a playoff spot if they could just handle the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Bottom of the 7th, the Sox leading 5-3 when Carlos Pena blasts one deep into right off Javier Lopez. A 3-run homer is 42nd of the year. Top of the 9th, same score. Jason Varitek takes Al Reyes' pitch to deep left field. Varitek with the solo home run, 15th home run of the season, ties the game at 6. Now how about Julio Lugo? 3 for 5, 3 doubles, and an RBI versus Al Reyes and the former Devil Ray. Jumps on Reyes' very first pitch, 2-run homer. Red Sox win 8-6, maintaining a 2.5-game lead on the Yankees, but also Boston by winning, Detroit losing. The Red Sox are in the postseason, but they're still the matter of the division title, something they have not won since 1995.
Wakefield came into this one 9-0 in his career at Tropicana Park. Bottom of 2, no score, 9-1. Delman Young, he has it taking place. Homer number 13 for him. Devil Rays up 2-0. Top of 6, Sox down 4-2. Coco Chris lines one to center. That's the base hit. Alex Cora comes and scores. Sox within 1, trailing 4-3. Next batter, Eric Hinsky. Broken bat. John Switzer starts the 1, 2, and 3. Wakefield takes the loss. Sox can't lose on Monday. They're off. Injury. All right, maybe Alex Rodriguez can hit him there with the bases chucked. He gets the money ball. 53rd homer of the year is his 3rd Granny this season, 16th career Grand Slam. 5-0 Yanks, and Alex Rodriguez now the first player with 50 homers, 150 RBI since Sammy Sosa in 2001. Again, he's at 53 and 151. We go to the 6th. Devil Rays now trailing 5-1. Akinori Iwamura with the bases loaded. First pitch from Brian Bruno. Jorge Posada takes a trip out to the mound, something to say to Johnny Gomes at second. Perhaps maybe he was stealing signs, whatever. We don't want that to happen. Let's go. Mind your business. We don't want cheating. We don't want stealing. We don't want video gate later in the at-bat. Bruni walks Iwamura, and Navarro scores. 5-2 Yanks. Joe Torre bummed. Maybe we should have let him know what he was coming. He could have hit it and grounded into double play or something. Next man up, Jorge Valendia, and he too has himself a grand slam. Difference is, this is his first career home run, so he's got some catching up to do if he wants to get to A-Rod in many categories. But the Devil Rays take a 6-5 lead. Now Joe's really bumming. Top 8, tied at 6, Derek Jeter at the plate. Runners at the corner, 2 out. Dan Wheeler strikes out Jeter looking. He's still a pretty good player, but usually he comes up there. Bottom 10, 6-6, home half. Jeff Karsten's on facing Navarro. Yanks, bullpen, tragic.
Swing and a drive. Deep right field. Back in the ball and Rayu. It is gone. Rays win. Rays win. The former Yankee farmhand, Deanna Navarro, delivers, and he postpones the Yankees playoff celebration.
The Yankees bullpen allows 7 runs in 4 innings. They've given up 20 earned in their last 5 games, 7-6, and the Yankees are going to have to wait another day before they can clinch. Yankees, Devil Rays, New York failed to fill out the AL playoff field Tuesday. Try again. Johnny Damon, meditation, pregame stretching with some sort of monster. Top 4 Yanks down 1. Derek Jeter, 3 for 5 in this game. His first homer against a team that's not the Red Sox since August 1st, 12th of the year, in the 5th. Robinson Cano with 2 on. That's a big blast. 3-run shot. The Yanks are up 8-1, part of a 7-run frame. Cano's 19th of the year, and he gets love from Melky Cabrera. I believe that's love of some sort. Maybe in martial arts, I don't know. Carlos Pena hit his 43rd home run in this one here. He makes a 403-foot out. Top play nominee Melky Cabrera makes that out. Yanks have 26 outs, need 1 more to get to October baseball.
And this could do it. A pop-up. Cano is there. He will make the play, and the Yankees win 12-4, and they're going to the playoffs for the 13th straight year. And that
Yanks a 12-4 win. Their 91st win gets them in. Clearly some relief in that squad. And then, of course, they go inside where they douse each other with fine champagne. Please, may I take your up? Winners speak. Joy, joy. Happy, happy.
The most important thing for me, and you guys heard me talk about it,
is that you can't concern yourself with other people. It's all about you, and we took care of ourselves.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, we've come from a long ways this year, and a lot of adversity, a lot of injuries, and to be able to be in this position, you know, this team has a lot to be proud of.
Now you're gonna make me cry. I can't say enough about the passion for this club.